Good morning and welcome back to the channel. But if you're new around here, welcome. My name's Simon. I'm a full-time eBay reseller specializing in men's clothing. Today we're out and about, so it's going to be a real big day today. So up nice and early, as you can see, just gone like 5 o'clock-ish. So 20 past 5 in the morning, as you see, pitch black outside. So I'm going to go and wake up my store now, try and wake myself up as well. But let's get on with it. All right, let's get out there. You can see, absolutely pitch black now. So yesterday was the first time that I actually felt temperature really plummeting. So we've got the lights just come on. Let's get these lights on. So I actually set up my my radiator for the first time yesterday, that just to take the edge off of the coldness. So what we're gonna do, probably not gonna just turn it on. So it's got a temperature gauge on this one, so I can put it up and put it down, but it's actually not super cold in this morning. But as I say, if you're new around here and you don't really know what I actually do, so I buy and sell items and clothing pretty much predominantly. As you can see, this is my area where I keep all my stock. Kind of goes around here as well. So I've currently got about 2,000 items in my store. Looking to grow it maybe to around about the 3,000, but I think that's probably where I want to be maxed out. But this morning I'm going to be waking up my store. So what that means is that I'm going to list my items onto eBay. So that's 15 items I do. I'm also going to end and sell similar another 25. Plus I need to get all my postage and packing off. So once that's all done, then I can potentially get myself all ready for the day and actually head out. So this morning I'm going to head to a car boot sale. So that's going to be down in a place called Whitstable on the south coast. And then once I've finished there, I'm then going to go and visit, and that's Nic Andrea Hills. If you don't know, if you're in this reselling space, Nic and Andrew have been around for a good number of years on YouTube. They're probably the OGs when it comes to doing the reselling. So I'm going to meet up with them, just purely and simply because it'd be nice to actually catch up with them as I'm down that way as well. So yeah, that's my plan for today. So probably going to be pretty hectic today. So I'll try and vlog as much as I possibly can. Yeah, let's get on with it. So I'm going to get packed up now, these orders. So I've got 12 to do with a listing value of £370. So don't look like we've got any double orders today, but let's get those packed. Right, first one I'm just going to be talking about is a pair of shoes. These are a really nice pair of hush puppies, fairly small size, UK 8 in a men's, but look to be barely worn. These are going to Carl. So Carl, thank you so much for this. Going to sunny Derbyshire, that one. And yeah, we got £19.96 for those. They were listed in April of this year. Right, next one we got to a lovely subscriber as well. It's another really nice Ralph Lauren sweater, jumper. This one here has got a nice big spell out on the front as well. It's an extra large. This is going to James in St Albans. James, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So that was listed in May of this year, and we got £19.96 plus the shipping on that one. So yeah, nice burgundy colour, that one. So that's going to be getting in the post straight away now. Right, we've got a more of a summer one. This one, pair of swimming shorts by Polo Ralph Lauren. So these ones were listed in May. We got £22.77, and these are going to Horsham. Right, another pair of jeans. These are a pair of Hugo Boss slim fit denim. These were listed in August, so not very long at all actually. Got £24.77 plus the shipping on that one. And that's going to Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully they fit perfectly for you. Right, next one is a nice one. So this was a car boot pickup. and this is a Carhartt jacket. So it's a woman's extra small, so it doesn't like, so for me, like, I try not to pick up like the really small ones, but we got £50 plus the shipping on this one. And this one's going to Lisa. So Lisa, thank you so much for the order. I really do appreciate it. As you see, it is brand new with the tags on there. So I'm trying to remember what I actually paid for it. I think it was 20. So the margins are not brilliant on something like that. 20 into 50, take away all the fees, take away the VAT and all that side of it, makes it a little bit of a more skinnier deal. But at the end of the day, like, let's get it moved on and let's go on to the next one. But Lisa, thank you so much. I really do appreciate the order. Right, we've got another pair of boots. These now, as you can see, like some nice Caterpillar ones. We've got £20 plus the shipping, and these are going to Sophia in Ilford. So they're really nice. They're actually in like really good condition. Like, so loads of tread on the bottom on there. So we picked those up in August of this year. So they are the steel toe cap ones as well. So fairly small, UK 5. So like, but yeah, really good condition. Right, we've got another hoodie now. So this is a Roots Athletics. See on there, nice like big spell out on that one. Size medium in grey, got the maple leaf logo on it as well. So this is winging its way to Edinburgh. This is going to Stevie. So Stevie, thank you so much. This was listed in September, so like literally a couple of days ago, this has actually been listed. So that's gone straight at the door. £29.77 plus the shipping. As I say, going to Edinburgh. I've never been to Edinburgh. I've been to a little bit of Scotland, but not very much. And it's definitely somewhere I'm desperate to like kind of visit more of. I want to like, I'd love, one of my bucket list is to actually do the North Coast 500. I like my motorbikes. I haven't had one for a couple of years now, but yeah, I'd love to get back onto a motorbike and do that. But Stevie, thank you so much. Really do appreciate the order. Right, next one we got is a little bit more of an interesting one actually. So we've got a Union Works jacket. So it's like a heavyweight brown corduroy in the chore style. So chore means it's like a worker style. So Union, having a look at the website, these go for £40 new. But there is like none of this colour. So the only one that it looks like is like a dark blue one. I'll try and show you what it actually looks like. So like, I think style like kind of like trumps like the brand on this one, but still like really nice. This one here we got £38 and 5p plus the shipping on that one. Listed last week, so super fast selling. So definitely like keep an eye out for things like that. So just because it comes from one of these like less known designers doesn't mean it's not desirable. So that one's still like a really good one. And that one also is going to Scotland. That's going to Glasgow, that one. Right, last one is a backpack. Now this has already like been pre-packaged, so as you can see it's all good to go. So it weighs like 2 kilos, that one, so I'm going to send that like through Royal Mail. So it's an Osprey Kestrel bag. So Osprey, when it comes to their backpacks, is really like very desirable. So this is going to Sam, and she's on the Isle of Wight. One's going to Sam. Now I don't know if this is Sam woman, Sam man. But hey, Sam, thank you so much for the order. I really do appreciate it. Now, I did test out a little bit on this one when it comes to the background. I've been like trying out to see what some of these AI backgrounds are like. So this one here, as you can see, I like put a coastal view of it. It's really hard to know whether that makes a difference or not, because like it's hard to compare it. It might be that this is just a super like desirable brand and people want that anyway. So, but this was listed, I think, like less than like a few days ago, so super quick selling. £79.77 plus the shipping on that one, and that's going to the Isle of Wight. So really appreciate that, Sam. Hopefully it's absolutely perfect for you. And that is the end of all the orders. Right, we have made it to sunny Whitstable. So when I say sunny, it's pretty overcast, but that was a bit of a mission. Unfortunately, it took me an hour and 20 minutes to actually get down here. Normally it'd take no more than an hour, but yeah, a bit of a mission. So it's now just open, so I'm gonna head in, have a look, see what we can find. Right, I've done one complete lap of this boot sale. So it's not massive, and it is a Wednesday, so don't expect huge amounts, but so far it's pretty terrible. I've not bought anything as of yet, so I'm going around again to actually see if I've missed anything. But yeah, it's a lot of fast fashion, Primark and George Rasda, so not brilliant. Right, so that's it, we're done here, which was pretty woeful, I have to say. Picked up 2 items. First one was a baseball cap, Polo Ralph Lauren, vintage one. Paid £2 for that. And the only other thing I picked up, which is a pair of trainers. So these are Adidas Stan Smiths. They are, looks like a Pharrell Williams collaboration, just in there. Good condition, but still paid, I think, £4 for those. But that's it. So I'm at a bit of a loose end now. So the plan was to finish here and then I'd just head straight to Nic and Andrea's. But that might be a little bit early now. I'll probably ping them over a message just to see what they want to do. But I might actually go and see if I can discover if there's any charity shops around here. I might actually hit a few of those just to see if we can pick up, make this worth the trip. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do next. Look at that sky. Right, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like head towards Nic's now, Nic and Andrea's. So I've pinged them over a message just to say that if it's a bit early, I can always like go and have a look at some charity shops, see what's around there. So I'm going to head towards, I think it's Folkestone I'm going to now. Going to meet up with them. And they do say that you should never like meet your heroes or your idols. But I've actually already met like Nic, so it's a little bit different. But he's definitely the person that, like, if you are anything even remotely to do with reselling in the UK and further afield as well, Nic was absolutely the pioneer when it comes to reselling on the internet. When I mean by selling on the internet, who was documenting his journey on the internet. So I think he's been going for something like 15 years on YouTube. So the longevity of that is just like phenomenal. So I kind of like, it's just nice. I feel honoured that like I can call potentially Nic and Andrea like friends now. And it's just like very humbling for me, who's been doing this whole YouTube inside of it for a fairly short period of time, maybe a couple of years coming up for that. So I look at what they've achieved and what they've brought to the community, and I'm just absolutely blown away by kind of like their commitment to what they do. They do a lot for the community as well. They host events, they do a lot of charity work as well. But deep down, they're just a nice couple of kind of like a couple of human beings. So I'm really looking forward to actually just like spending a little bit of time, not particularly in work related. I think it's more to do with just actually having a bit of a catch up. I seem to only like see them when they're actually at events, and I'm at events as well. So, but yeah, I'm gonna like hot foot it over there, go and see what we can find. If there's any charity shops, have a look in there. Because like this car boot here is a absolute miss for me, so bit of a waste of time, but never mind. Like, you've got to look, you've got to check it out, if even if it is a case of just scratching that itch.
down.
All right, let's go and
Hang on.
let's go and have a look at the Tat Cave.
Right, follow me.
Here we go.
So we've just been into town. So typically, I've got bubble wrap from a neighbour and a handful of media from the, from the charity shop.
I think that's quite a successful afternoon out.
Well, you did all right with your clothing.
Yeah, I've got a few bits.
Right, welcome.
And the first thing that I kind of like come across is some massive dinosaurs. Right, as you can see, we've just like come into Nic's Tat Cave. So first things for me is actually just, I don't think the videos that I've seen of yours that do it justice. I actually think there's more space in here than I was expecting. I was like a little bit like shocked. I honestly thought that we was going to actually have no space in here at all. But so like, what is the setup then? Like, how are we kind of like set up on here? I can see we've got like this like nice big kind of unit here.
For those that don't perhaps follow the channel and haven't seen the house tour, we are in the basement essentially, and this is kind of the footprint of the house. And I also have a kitchenette out there, so that gives you an idea of the size. So it's 2 rooms side by side. And yeah, so this is my worktop I put in. I put these up especially for you, Simon. I've been meaning to do it for weeks.
Oh, no, I'm like very lucky on that one.
So I actually have a work surface now because this has been covered in stuff for far too long.
Yeah.
But this is where I do most of the listing, photography for small items in here.
Yeah.
In the foldio, if I can turn it on. So this is my little foldio, this is called, where I photograph small stuff. Oh look, I'm actually selling some clothing.
Whoa, now I'm impressed.
Right. I think it's 2007 or something.
Yeah.
Umbro official England, worth maybe 15 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do small stuff on there, big stuff I lay out on here. So yeah, this is kind of packing supplies. Now you were saying before, because your clothing, you just have a pile of these, do you, somewhere?
Correct, yeah. Like, so I just have like poly mailers.
Yeah.
So the key thing I've noticed is that when you are an everything seller, and like it really is the definition of like everything, you need to have like the packing supplies. So for example, just underneath as well, there's a huge amount of boxes, every like kind of like size imaginable. We've got void fill just under there as well. We've got bigger things. So you have to keep a constant supply.
I started an avalanche now. It's all falling out. Yeah, I mean wallpaper I love for void fill.
Yeah.
That's all void fill. And then boxes again, stacked in there.
So I presume looking at that, you're not one for like buying boxes.
I used to,
Yeah.
but these days I get them from local shops or dumpster dive them.
Yeah, low cost, no cost.
Exactly that.
I'm absolutely I think that is the best way to do it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right, because I would love to just have that much packing supply.
Yeah.
The reality is I need boxes. I mean, imagine if I sold one of these. I've got to have a box handy that can fit a, this is nearly 3 foot long.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that is one of the drawbacks of selling anything and anything I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
Is being prepared to ship it.
For every eventuality. I like the way you've got the easy to hand.
This came from the lovely Karin who watches the channel, and
Yeah.
she sent it down to me. She had no use for it anymore. Yeah, that's nice.
And I think those shelves will help as well.
Oh, it's great. Instantly made a huge difference. And it's one of those things. I've had this planned for since we moved here.
Yeah.
And I've just not found the time to get it done. Knowing you were coming, I wanted to get a little bit organised.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for the inspiration to get going.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it all happens. I've got this for storing small stuff. There's an old Canon flash card in there.
Okay.
So I just put the numbers on my SKU. That's that. Disc repair machine.
Yeah.
Label printers, all the usual.
So everyone wants to know what label printer you use.
A mix between Mumbin and the old Zebra. I prefer the Zebra just
Yeah.
because I know it, I understand it.
Okay.
But we can wirelessly print to the Mumbin now.
I use a Munbean as well as my main one,
Yeah.
but I've also got a Brother. Like the Brother was my workhorse for years, so
Yeah, I can't say anything bad about the Mumbin.
No.
We worked with them to promote.
Yeah.
And they gave us this one, but it's great.
Mm.
Does the job. But I still keep my Zebra
yeah.
because that's what I know.
So like for me personally, I actually have backups of everything.
Right.
So like I've got backup computer, backup cameras, backup like the keyboard. So do you have like backups of most things as well?
Both Andrew and I bought the M1 MacBook Airs.
Yeah.
So we have a backup in that we each have one. We now have 2 of these, and we have a laser printer that we can fall back on. So yes, we're kind of there with that. Here comes Andrew.
There's something there.
Tea lady.
Tea lady. Like I've already had one cup of coffee, which is amazing.
Are you giving Simon tits?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What have I
Amazing.
got? Do more of what makes you happy.
I just want to quickly interrupt this video and actually say thank you so much to one of Nick's subscribers actually. So they've actually sent out a message to me and also purchased a jacket. So this is a crew clothing by Moon Tweed jacket. So it's a nice contemporary jacket, this one. So I'm going to go and get it now. Let me quickly go and find it. 18807. Let's see how fast I can actually get this. All right, I'm back. There we go. Right, so there we go. So this is crew clothing, Moon Tweed. It's 100% wool, that one, button up. So again, I really do appreciate the support. So this has actually come from Nick's video that actually was released a couple of days ago, which I kind of like, I feel very humbled that Nick would even like do a video like that, and hopefully like it's kind of helping him as well. So what I'm going to do is I will like link his channel down in the description, but yeah, like kind of like check it out. It's just up here, like that's the video that Nick put out. But yeah, let's get back to the video. Right, we're going to now like have a look at like this. I suppose this is where you keep most of your stock.
Yeah. Yes.
So
there is more in the loft.
Okay.
As you're probably aware.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So there's seems to me like kind of like more heavily, just looking around, like kind of fairly heavily on media. Is that still kind of like your, is that kind of your first passion when it comes to like reselling?
I guess so. My first ever business was a record shop.
Yeah.
My first main job was working for Virgin Records.
Yeah.
That's where I met Andrea in the old R Price.
Okay.
If you remember.
Yeah,
R
yeah,
Price. So yeah, I still love media. I've said it many, many times. Most media, as you might be aware, is worthless.
Yeah.
If you know what you're looking at, you can make money. But I tend to do a lot of bundles these days. Even like now cassettes, I'd probably find a few and bundle them. I
think that is definitely something that I do preach. Is becoming so, because I've niched down. I think if you niche down into something, then you can become an expert in that one item.
Yeah.
So then, like, but instantly, because we've just been to a couple of charity shops, and you've picked up a couple of CDs that 99% of people would go like just passing it. You had the knowledge of knowing that they were like Japanese imports.
Well, let me show you. Interestingly, I didn't really know what they were.
Okay.
But I knew enough just looking at the spine that it was a Jap import.
Yeah.
And then it's sealed.
Yeah.
And then you helped us look them up and find out the minimal stuff we could find out. What we found out really is it's super obscure. It's an Adrian Sherwood U-Sound mix album, basically. But weirdly, super obscure Jap import, 2 sealed ones.
Very rare.
50p, but I don't know what they'll make.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 15 and 20 quid I would push for.
Yeah.
Maybe more, I don't know.
But that's still there. If you've got the knowledge, I'm a big fan of actually, if you've got the knowledge, you'll be ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
So, but if you're more of a generalist, there's nothing wrong with that, but you just need to actually have more knowledge of like a broader section as well.
Yeah, I suppose media is the one area I feel confident in.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of knowledge in all of this stuff, enough to be dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And buy things maybe I shouldn't be half the time. I mean, if you just look on here, and
It looks like optics to me.
yeah, isn't that cool? That's going.
That's
in.
really cool.
No, I was just chatting to you about. I'm taking on a space in the antiques booth.
Yeah.
It's not really an antique centre. It's an anything and everything place.
Yeah.
Sorry, little man went for a Burton. So I'm going to have like a kind of a man cave booth.
Okay.
Perfect,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah,
So I don't really want to ship that. That cost me nothing. It's not valuable, probably 20, 30 quid.
Yeah.
But that's a good example. So up here we have some drink optics, we have a massive punch bowl,
Yeah.
have some Pokemon, hand turn Nutcracker, Shamu from SeaWorld.
I'll be looking at that going like, you've got to get that like before Christmas.
Yeah.
You've got that need to start going to your store.
That'll probably go into Andrea's booth.
Yeah, even better.
But that's a really nice thing. Yeah, that gives you an idea. Tupperware.
Yeah.
This is cool. Looney Tunes. It's only 90s. I think it's 97.
It's very cool.
It's collectors of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on.
So the bit that kind of like I was super interested in about, which was the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So I know you've got kind of a consignment deal with that you're selling this on behalf of something, but I did not realise. I knew you had a lot, but I did not realise it was to this kind of like level. And these books, and like when I was a bit of a geek and I was into all this, I remember actually like buying these ones, and these are like kind of like these are bonkers money.
Most of these were printed in America, so they're all imported. I think probably 90% of this collection was imported. So you pay up to get this stuff on import, and most of it, well, I don't say not most of it. Some of it has increased in value, and they weren't cheap to start with. As you all know, it's like the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah,
these Codex books. It's just I love this whole. And there's so much more of it. We were talking earlier about the scenery packs.
Scenery, yeah.
Dwarven Forge stuff. Some of these can be up into the hundreds per box. And I've got loads of it. I really need to get onto this. I could say that about everything. I really need to get onto this.
Yeah.
The whole room. Yeah.
So the Dwarven like kind of forges and stuff like that, like there's some significant money in that as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. I think for me, like, and just looking at all this stuff, look, it does like make me kind of like cringe a little bit, not in a bad, horrendous way. It's just because I can see, like, for me, there's so much kind of value here, and I think like, if we ever like go into another lockdown, you are in the perfect position because you can just like keep listing, but. For me, like, it's just a case of like, this for me will be overwhelming.
It is. I can't deny it. I think though you also do get used to it, and you stop seeing it. Yeah, I mean we've just been out for lunch and talked at length about processes and how we run our business, and there are aspects of what I do that I do want to improve on. There's no doubt. But I think, and I was trying to think through it. I think. I see it as a bit of a security blanket sometimes. Yeah. I like having all of this value tied up in stock. Yeah. It's kind of a security there. And like you said, lockdown, it's the first real time it benefited us. Yeah,
without a doubt.
But as you can see here, this is what happens. It's just out of control.
Yeah.
Right, I've got that's quite a nice 60s or maybe 50s little cookbook. Then I've got Seal Duplo and Tupperware, and it just takes over. And I'm at the point where I've pretty much filled up the storage.
So I suppose my next question is, I've seen like kind of like where, and tell me if I'm wrong, okay, this looks like it's unlisted stock.
This is listed, most of that's listed.
Okay, so this is like your listed area. Yeah. Let's do that. So listed area, and then the rest unlisted?
These boxes are listed.
Yeah.
Practically everything else you see is not.
Okay.
So the vast majority is not listed.
Okay.
And that's, for most of the time I've been doing this, that's how it's been. I'm not saying that's a good idea.
No.
But that's how it is. Although now you may be aware we've taken on an antiques booth and we're going to take on another one. Yeah. We're going to offload a lot of the bulk.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Although we soon filled up Andrew's one.
Oh, really?
And it didn't take as much as we thought. So.
Would I can see just up in the corner, like is it a soda siphon?
Yeah.
Would that be something that like be ideal down at the booth?
Yeah, quite possibly.
That's a really cool retro thing. I can imagine that. Yeah. That takes me back to when I was a kid, like going over my nan and granddad's.
Yeah. They're not particularly valuable. It's a Sparklets one.
Yeah.
But they're probably not much more than a tenner. I wouldn't have thought.
Cool.
Yeah, that might go in the booth.
Yeah.
I want to put vintage board games in there, ones that aren't particularly valuable that I put online. This sort of stuff
Yeah.
will end up in there. I don't know.
And I kind of like we had a brief conversation about like what your process is about choosing thing when you come down to work, and it's nice that you can just come straight down.
Yeah.
What's your process when it comes to like do you just like pick a few random items? Do you wake up in the morning going like, oh, do you know what, I fancy doing board games today, or is it like a bulk thing, or do you just like randomly look around and go like, oh yeah, that I need to do that one?
I'm not very methodical in any sense, really. I do have plans, as in soon I plan to, because I need to get all of this out to sort it into the bundles. You know, what I don't want to do is list a bunch of, I don't know, a certain band, and then a week later find another 3 of their CDs down here would have made it into a wonderful bundle. So what I want to do is, for example, actually plan that, get all of this out on the table, sort it all, and then list all of that. I tend to try and do things in batches. But really, I come down and I do whatever I fancy on the day.
Yeah.
My day will start with picking and packing whatever orders need to go.
Yeah.
And then from there, the rest of the day just pans out as it will. I don't really plan much.
So do you list the same amount on a daily basis, or is it just like, for example, like I'm going to do whatever I pick that day is what I'm going to like list?
It's completely ad hoc.
Completely ad hoc. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I will, if I'm setting myself a bit of a challenge somewhere, as I did recently, and I did whatever it was in a day.
Yeah.
Like 50 in a day. I can quite easily do that, but I choose not to most of the time. So I do bits and bobs here and there.
Yeah.
I don't have a target. I don't really work well to targets. I work best when I share in videos, I'm going to list all of this in a week or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Once somebody else is involved and they're kind of going to know, check in on me, I find that's a good motivation.
So do you find the accountability like helpful then?
100%, but I'm no good at imposing that on myself.
Okay. So like, but you do like, there's a few of you that like get together and you actually have like the listing challenges, don't you? And that's all
the motivation I need.
Yeah.
To be super productive. It's not that I can't be super productive, but most of the time I'm rebelling against any sort of control or enforcing targets on myself.
But even if you've got that may well only last for a certain amount of time. Yeah. And then you're like, as you say, you would just like start rebelling and you go to, I can't be bothered to do this.
And it's interesting, since we've got to know each other, I know a bit more about your process and your methodology, and we've talked about it at length today. And I can see the sense in it, and I admire that. But I've tried to impose things like that on myself, and I think I come all the way around to I do this for a reason, which is to not be.
And if anyone is ever under any illusion about kind of like eBay being an easy job, it really isn't. It's one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. It is it's the most kind of like fulfilling. It's the bit that's given me the most, and I absolutely love it, but it's brutal. So for me personally, I don't want to spend all my waking hours working on eBay to earn as much money as I possibly can. Invariably, that's where you've got a better balance, and I kind of respect you for that side of it. And I know that I'm trying my best to actually like kind of like step away a little bit. But I think good processes allow you to actually reduce your time while you're doing this and potentially do other things that are going to be more fulfilling in life.
The element I think I need to inject into my business that you're very good at is time efficiency. Because like you said, and this was an aha moment honestly earlier when we were chatting, where you were saying if you can get all your work done in those few hours, the rest of the day is yours. I'm more of coast around in here, stick the music on, and 3 hours have gone past and I might have listed 5 things, whereas in reality I could have done that in half an hour.
Correct.
Right? So an element of actually controlling my time and using it better I do need. That I can certainly see. Well,
Yeah.
I think we all fall into certain habits, and because also the other thing that isn't said enough is I don't have to earn lots of money.
No.
So I don't have to work really hard. So why would I?
Absolutely.
But the efficiency part of it, 100%.
It's not always just about the money side of it, though, is it?
It's time.
It's time
And
is.
you've woken me up to that, I think, and that, I thank you for that. That's going to help me.
Because like kind of for that, us talking about kind of like other things you've got going in your life, like app-based things.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely like I don't know if you realise actually how excited I am for you on that side of it.
Well, if we can ever get there,
We'll
throw a party.
Absolutely, but I think like if you can work on that and like work on other things, different aspects of things, or even just like kind of spending like going out with Andrea for like kind of an afternoon, like just that, I think just like doing other things that are not like just to do with like being, dare I say, like down in the dungeon.
Yeah,
and like there is a big wide world out there.
That side of it, going out and enjoying ourselves, enjoying the position we're in, I'm much better at. There was a time going back 15 years where I was working every day, working long hours. We had a retail shop, so I worked there in the day. In the evenings, I'd still be working. At the weekends, I was going out sourcing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, recently we just took 2 days out to go and see Alan Davies and spend a nice weekend away. And I don't have any, I should be working thing, whereas I used to.
Yeah.
100% used to. So that side of it, I'm better. Time management is the big one I need to work on. Being efficient. Efficient is the word I'm going to take away from my chat.
Yeah. I think it's just a case of like, I keep dropping things.
That's fine.
Got you like having a coffee, a drink. I honestly think that the place, this area, I think is absolutely spot on. I think fundamentally there's just like too much stuff in here at the moment, which needs to be streamlined. But I think you've got some absolutely incredible items that I have to say that there are plenty of people out there in this world, okay, who would love these and not stuck here.
Right.
And so like I would say like for one thing is that yes, it's going to be like difficult to like get through all of this, but I think it will make, and I think if you're tidy and organised and all that side of it, I think life just becomes a little bit easier and a little bit more streamlined.
100% agree. I think the goal for me is that I don't have loads of stuff in the loft that I don't even look at on a day-to-day.
Yeah.
All my stock is in here.
Yeah.
And at least half of it at any given time is listed. That would be the goal.
Yeah.
For example, if you look in here, which was my table that I built.
Yeah.
It was designed to have all my void fill and envelopes and stuff in here. This is all filled with stock.
Okay.
Full of stock.
Yeah.
Barely lifted. It's the same the other side. It's just, that's full in there. It's full in there. I showed you earlier, there's boxes full of the D&D stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's stacked high out there. And then it's out of control.
I think out of control is a strong word. I think it's like it just needs a little bit of like reorganizing and like just working out what's important. And hopefully today, if you can work out that what is important is actually maybe like getting a little bit of your life and your time back, and what's the best way of actually doing that is maybe like having a rule that, for example, like you want somewhere that you can actually list ridiculously quickly, right? It might be as simple as like kind of like, right, this area over here, okay, that is completely clutter free. So when you're actually going to small things, okay, you don't need to move anything around. So, and then like that becomes a rule that, right, okay, like nothing gets put there unless like you're photographing it.
You just described what I am terrible at.
It's very easy for me, like, because my brain, like, kind of like works in like kind of like I must do this to achieve this. Mm-hmm. And that's not everyone. Not everyone's brains like work the same way.
If this is like an hour or so of me working yesterday, right? But that's how it gets left. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of chaos. I knew where I was at with all of this yesterday.
Yeah.
And if I do a load of packaging, there will be just be stuff everywhere. I'm trying to get into this habit, like just that.
Putting stuff back where it has a place.
Putting the knife away, putting it in there.
Yeah.
My brain is no good at that. It's really hard to explain, but those are the little things that I need to get better habits with, because that compounds and makes everything else easier.
It does. And I honestly don't think that you are alone. I think what I've seen like on other YouTubers and other like resellers, I don't think my systems and what I do is the normal. I think like majority of people in this space will be similar. They will work like you.
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show that there is another way.
100%.
Not to say it's the right way. It works for me, but it doesn't work for everyone. So it's important to actually know.
I see it that there's kind of a spectrum, isn't there? And you're at one end of
Yep.
the kind of organising processes and that, and I'm
Yeah.
somewhere near the other end.
Yeah.
The outcomes are similar, and we're
Absolutely.
earning a living, we're enjoying what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's things to take from both, and yeah.
But no, honestly, I think it's like I'd love to see that, and I think your space is incredible. I really do. I genuinely mean that. I think like for me, like I would come in and actually like, right, I've got like to change this and everything, but I don't think there's a lot that needs to be changed.
And I can see a lot of that as well. And it's time, and it's carving out the time to put these up, for example.
Yeah.
Get under here organised, when what I'd rather be doing is sorting out the dinosaurs, or going down the antiques booth, or going to the beach, or whatever it is. Yeah, we're getting there.
No,
I keep saying that's my new thing in videos, saying we're getting there. I don't know when the deadline is, but we're getting there.
I would say I think you're doing an incredible, and I did say a little bit about this like on the way here, that I also wanted to kind of say thank you for all you've done in regards of like the YouTube side of it, because you were definitely like kind of the first person, I think in the UK, certainly one of the very first people to start documenting that this could potentially be your lifestyle, and that has actually paved ways for some absolutely incredible other YouTubers who do this in this space. And I've only been doing this for a couple of years now, so I'm still like fairly like new to it on the YouTube side of it. So thank you, and I do appreciate it.
The YouTube space has changed beyond any recognition. There was a handful of us, literally like 4 or 5, and we all knew each other really well because there was only 4 or 5 of us. Like Tom, myself, Zahir. Chap called Joe Pennies back then, and Caroline down in Devon. There was like that many of us, and now I don't even know half the channels. You mentioned channels that I'd never even heard of today.
Exactly.
Right. So it's great to think that I was early on in that thing.
Absolutely. You was definitely an early adopter, and I think it's that the space for that is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So if there is anyone out there who's even like considering, I'd definitely give it a go. I think kind of like just like getting into reselling, but also documenting what you do. It doesn't have to be just like reselling, but just documenting your life. I think that's people want. There's so much AI stuff now that I think people want real. People want real people, and they want to like hear what real people have to say.
And it opens doors. Who'd have imagined you'd been in my basement?
Absolutely. Can you believe?
Sounds very odd.
Sounds like that. At least it's a basement and not a dungeon.
Isn't that what you called it earlier?
I think I did call it a dungeon. Yeah. No, we may skip that one. Right. Okay. I think that's it. Honestly, I'm absolutely like I'm so thankful, and one of the key things is actually like, so we've met each other a couple of times now, like a couple of events. We've got the eBay Open next Wednesday.
Soon.
Yeah, next week it is. So, and again, we will see lots of like, hopefully like you lot up there as well. So definitely like, I'm sure like Nick won't mind like people coming up and asking for autographs. But maybe not. but do like the thing that we don't know is, because 9 times 10 you know what we look like. You know what our mugs are. We don't know what you look like. So please do, like, if you do see us at the Open, like, come and say hello. Come and say, like, and so let us know how you're getting on as well. So it'd be like lovely to meet you all.
Yeah, that should be a good one. And thanks for coming down. It's been really good. And I can't wait to come. What we're planning to do is I'm going to go up to Simon's and see this amazing shed that you built. I didn't realise you built that by hand, basically. It's not off the peg.
No.
So I'm really looking forward to talking DIY with Simon and then seeing your process. and seeing the contrast to the chaos that you see week in, week out here.
Yeah.
So it's been an absolute joy.
Amazing.
Thanks for coming up.
Amazing. Right, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much. And Nick, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to leave the video there. It's a bit of a long one today. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. I personally have absolutely loved it. Like, don't tell him, but he's actually a bit of a hero of mine. But right, again, really appreciate it and have a great rest of the day.